Welcome back to Mr. Post Frame. This is the Solo Barndo Build, day 14 and 15. And when we left off, I was concerned about the building even being standing with all the bad weather. We've just had a ton of bad storms, tornadoes, but it is still standing. We're going to cover some underslab insulation, door and window blocking, house wrap. And you guys are going to find out when you do a build, weather is going to dictate what you do. So sometimes you're going to have to jump around a lot, which is what I do in this video. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright guys, we are in a state of windiness and bad weather. So it's too windy to do anything really on the build. But I have all of this inside. I have frost protection down. The plumbing and rough-in electric is all done. So I'm going to spend today leveling this all off with gravel, compacting it, getting it ready for our insulation. Then next week, or maybe Friday, I can put all my tubing down and have the concrete guys come in and get this poured. So good use of a nice windy, nasty day. I'm gonna level this all off. So got a pile of gravel over here. Not sure if it's gonna be enough or not. I think it's going to get me pretty dang close. So I'm going to get my lift out of here, get my rakes, shovel, and then I will show you guys how I do this without a whole lot of thought. I use string lines and some brackets I made to go from column to column, and I'll show you how I use those to grade this all out. Alright guys, so I'm going to start by filling in all the edges where my trenches were, just finished topping those off. So this line right there is actually where I want the gravel to come to. So some of the piers will have a little gravel over them, but it's real easy to just use the top of the pier as my baseline. So that's what I'm going to do. And then what I do is I run a string line from this column to the column on the other side, an inch above where I want it, and then it's easy for me just to eye up that inch and grade it off section by section. So we're just going to start at this end and work our way across. Alright, so I have all that just filled in. So now what I do is I just build these little L's, which I just keep them in my trailer. Put a screw there, and then I run these from column all over that column with the string line. And I know my rock needs to be roughly 1.5 inches below this line, so it just gives me an easy reference point to eye up. You don't have to have this absolutely perfect, you just want it as level as possible, and if there is any variation, that it's gradual. So we just work bay to bay. So I got another set with this next set of columns, so that's done. We're working on this one, and we'll just keep progressing across until we're done. All right, we got it all leveled off except for this right here. It came up a little short on rock, so now we're just going to compact what we have so we can start putting insulation down. But we used to have a small compactor. I bought it because I use it so much. Works really good. Go over it, kind of rake any low spots in, and then recompact it again, and then we're good to put our insulation down. See how it kind of crushes everything down and gives you a nice flat surface, so you don't have any jagged edges sitting up. All right, so this is all compacted and leveled off. So now we're ready to put down our 2-inch insulation. And this is a 4x24 fan fold, so it covers 96 square feet. So you can cover a lot of ground. You'll see that when we lay it out. Comes in on a pallet, 4x4, 8 feet tall. So there's 8 pieces per pallet at 2 inches thick. Not getting all that leveled off, I'm running out of gravel. It seems like a bigger deal now than it was a couple days ago because we got a bunch of rain, super wet in there, and I can't compact it. So all right, so I wanted to finish this today, but it is just too wet for me to compact it. I would suppose by Monday it'll be dried out enough. I mean, it might even be dried out enough by the end of the day. Dried a lot already, but my dad took the blower and blew all the water off of this. Got it good and dry, so now we're going to start taping the seams. We got all those windows cut and blocked in. I got the door in. I have a door here and a door here, and then I'm going to try to get this all wrapped today and then get all this taped at least today. So they're going to do the concrete next Tuesday, I think. So have a lot of work to get done by then. So with our doors, you got to mark out where your door locations is. This is the height of the finished concrete. That way when you put your door in there, it'll go over and set on top of the concrete. The porch concrete will be dropped a couple inches, so there's no chance water can get in there. But now, just got to notch my foam 1.5 inches, so my jambs can go down to the bottom. We make the bottom 1.5 inches treated. I got my top plate up there. I'll show you what it looks like complete on this one. So this one is complete other than the blocking. We got to block it in. This is big double doors right here, so it's coming together. All the windows are framed and blocked in. Alright, so one thing that's a little bit different in this video is I blocked in the soffits completely, and that's because this build is getting spray foam up the walls and the roof. So this is going to be completely sealed in. So you have to block off your soffit so that the spray foamer has something to spray to. Now if you were just going to do blown in fiberglass in your attic, you could do this same thing, but leave your plywood OSB down a few inches so that your soffit can breathe. In my case, we're spray foaming, so I'm using solid soffit, so unvented soffit, and I need to block that off so that the foam has something to adhere to. So we're having to jump around because this was so wet in here where I wanted to finish off today. So I went ahead and blocked in all the end wall windows, cut them in, doors, got all that done. And then over here, I blocked in the soffits from the outside because it's way easier. Put stiffeners in for all those boards for the porches, just 2x4s upright. But we'll talk about that. But I want to get my house wrap around to here because they want to pour the concrete porches next week. So I got to make sure I get my house wrap on and then my bottom trim so it looks the way I want it to look at the end. So jumping around a little bit today, but that's just the way it goes. So hopefully see how this house wrap goes. It's always fun. Alright guys, that's a wrap on today's video. Hopefully you found it useful. As always, check out our design services at Back 40 Buildings. Check out our Patreon group. It's for self-builders, self-GCers. It's a great community of other people. You probably find somebody in your area that's building that you can talk to about the way they're doing things. We do lives, question and answers. Check it out. As always, we appreciate you watching. Share us with your friends. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next video.